Let's face it, feeling confident in ourselves isn't always easy. People tend to cast themselves in a negative light. They put a spotlight on their flaws and believe that everyone else is judging those flaws too. Studies even show that people are generally poor judges of their own attractiveness. But guess what? Most of your negative beliefs about yourself are not actually true. This means that if you think you are not as attractive as others, well, chances are you are wrong. To be clear, attractiveness doesn't mean achieving perfection. In fact, many of the people we consider attractive have features that society deems imperfect or flawed. What makes someone attractive is their overall appeal, how they carry themselves, and the way they interact with others. Attractiveness is more about being confident and feeling comfortable in your own skin, not perfection. But what if we told you that you're already more attractive than you think? It's time to start recognizing the beauty within yourself. So, let's dive right in and uncover 15 signs that'll show just how attractive you really are. Number 1. People express surprise when you tell them about your insecurities. Have you ever opened up to someone about not being happy with some aspect of your appearance? Perhaps you tell them your nose is too big, but they react with surprise because they think it's totally fine. This happens because our insecurities often don't match how others see us. So, if you often get reactions of disbelief when you share your insecurities, it's probably because others think you're more attractive than you think you are. Remember, just because you don't see yourself as attractive doesn't mean other people feel the same way. Number 2. You find it easy to build relationships. Many people think that being attractive gives you an advantage in life, especially when it comes to forming relationships. Well, there's some truth in that. It's just natural for others to be drawn to those who are physically attractive, which makes it easier for them to connect with people. This applies to all kinds of relationships, whether they're friendships, romantic partnerships, or even business connections. So, if you notice that people genuinely like being around you and enjoy your company, it's a promising sign that you're actually more attractive than you believe. Number 3. You get raised eyebrows when people see you. This sign can be tricky to interpret because raised eyebrows can mean different things. Sometimes, raised eyebrows can also mean surprise or even confusion. But here's the interesting part. If you often catch people raising their eyebrows once they see you, it's often a sign of attraction. Why? In the fascinating world of body language, raised eyebrows are often associated with interest. So, if you often get those raised eyebrows when people see you, it's a sign that they find you attractive and interesting. You can confirm this by paying attention to other body language cues they show, like when they lean in, point their feet towards you, or even mirror your actions. If you notice these signs too, then it's definitely a clear sign that they find you attractive. Number 4. When others see you, they smile. A smile is such a warm and welcoming gesture, you know? When someone smiles at you, it's their way of saying, "Hey, I'm totally cool with you being here." And here's the thing. If you notice people smiling at you quite often, it could be a pretty good sign that they find you pretty attractive. Research actually backs this up. It's been said that our natural instinct is to smile at anything we find appealing, even people. It's just one of those things we can't really control. Number 5. People like talking to you. Did you know that according to research, one of the biggest factors that makes someone attractive is their ability to have enjoyable conversations? You see, we naturally gravitate toward those who make us feel good. So, if you notice that people genuinely enjoy talking to you and even want to spend time with you, that's a really positive sign of your attractiveness. And you know what's even better? If you notice someone initiating small talk or showing genuine happiness when they're around you, that's an even stronger indication that they find you attractive. Number 6. Strangers stare at you. It can feel a bit awkward when you catch strangers staring at you, right? But hey, here's the thing. It might actually be a compliment. See, it could mean that they find you attractive and just can't help but stare. Research even suggests that the longer a person looks at someone, the more attracted they are to them. Of course, there might be other reasons for their prolonged gaze. But if it happens a lot, and you notice them quickly looking away or getting flustered when caught, chances are they genuinely find you attractive. Number 7. People express intensified emotions when it comes to you. Strong emotions include both good and bad feelings. So, if you see people often showing intense emotions around you, it could mean you're attractive to them. Think about it. When we're attracted to someone, we typically show strong emotional reactions. For instance, we express anger or jealousy when we see them talking to someone we consider competition. On the flip side, we might also feel incredibly joyful and excited when we're with them. So, if you often notice people having really intense reactions to your presence, it could be because they find you attractive. Number 8. There are people who are jealous of you. Jealousy often creeps in when we see others as more successful than us. But you know what? If you find out that people are really jealous of you, it might be because they think you're not just successful, but also incredibly attractive. When you're confident, attractive, and achieving great things, it tends to catch people's attention. At the same time, it can make them feel inadequate as they compare themselves to you. So, if there are people who always try to bring you down, chances are they're just consumed by envy because of your undeniable charm. The charisma you have is fascinating and admirable, and it makes them crave the same level of success and magnetism. Number 9. You notice people leaning in as you talk. When someone is attracted to another person, they naturally tend to lean in closer during conversations. It's like they have this subconscious desire to be physically closer and soak in the other person's energy and presence, you know? And it's a way of showing genuine interest and a desire to connect on a deeper level. This nonverbal cue says a lot about the attraction they feel towards the other person. So, if you notice people leaning in as they talk to you, it's a really good sign that they're not only interested in what you have to say, but they also find you incredibly attractive. Body language can speak louder than words after all. Number 10. People act differently when you're there. When someone acts differently around you, it's usually because they feel nervous or self-conscious. This is why you might notice them fidgeting, stuttering, blushing, or avoiding eye contact. If that's the case, it could be a sign that they find you attractive and feel a bit intimidated. They're self-conscious, which is why they're behaving differently when they're around you. Number 11. When you talk, people really listen. You know, research suggests that people tend to remember what you say if they see you as attractive. So, if you find others really paying attention to what you tell them, it's probably because they find you appealing. That, in turn, sparks a deeper interest in your thoughts. And guess what? This holds true in both private and professional conversations. Number 12. You easily catch people's attention. Imagine you're in a room full of people, and guess what? They can't help but gravitate towards you, eager to strike up a conversation. It's like there's this magnetic pull. Sounds familiar? Well, it's because people find you attractive. And chances are that it's not just physically, but also in the way you exude confidence and effortlessly put yourself out there. So, even when you're not actively seeking engagement, if others frequently approach you with a desire to connect, it's a strong indication that you possess an irresistible charm. Number 13. When you open your social media accounts, you see plenty of direct messages. If you're an active user of social media, you've probably noticed an influx of direct messages every now and then. What we'll tell you may come as a surprise, but here's the thing. Not everyone is seeking something from you. In reality, many people send direct messages simply because they find someone attractive and want to get to know that person better. So, if you find yourself receiving numerous direct messages, take it as a positive indication that people find you appealing. Unless, of course, you have a celebrity as your profile picture. In that case, the messages are likely because they want to be friends with a celebrity. Number 14. People are always ready to lend you a helping hand. Have you ever had someone offer to help you out without any obligation? Or maybe you've come across situations where people did kind acts to you, even when they weren't necessary. If you find that people make an effort to help you, it's probably because they're drawn to you. You see, people tend to be helpful and generous to those they consider attractive, and they even go out of their way to show their support. So, if you constantly have people ready to come to your aid, it's likely because they find you attractive. Number 15. You hardly get complimented on your appearance. This sign may catch some people off guard. But here's the thing. If you're not used to getting compliments on your looks, it could actually be a good thing. Why, you ask? Well, it's because when someone finds you attractive, it's often because they're more intrigued by your personality than just your appearance. So, if you start noticing that people focus more on your personality rather than how you look, It's a clear sign that they truly find you attractive. Here are 2 more videos you may find interesting. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and share the video with your friends. And for more interesting videos like this, subscribe to the channel.